Hi, good morning. So, I've been thinking about what to talk next. Sometimes I hopefully turn on the video and sit in front of it, thinking that I will suddenly get a topic to talk about. Suddenly, something will come up and I can pick on that and go forward with it. But sometimes that doesn't happen. So, today is another about try of turning the video on and sitting simply, but that's not all actually true, because I had an idea last day about talking about things that I truly believe in, or ideas that I want to imbibe in my life. One such idea is about marriages. I have this preset ideas which I have formed years back. Somehow, I don't know what influenced me, but I am not very fond of wedding celebrations, marriage celebrations, inviting 500, 600 people, or maybe in India and Kerala, we know that we invite more than 500 people. It's not uncommon for weddings to have more than 1,000 guests in Kerala. So, I'm actually against it. It's not a problem if somebody likes it. The bride and groom welcomes it. They're fine with it, and they are actually uh, in for doing that. But that's not always the case, because most of the marriages in Kerala and India happens as arranged marriages, and in that usually the bride and the groom does not have much say, and most of it, all of the function, the celebration, the events, everything is decided by the parents, and the bride and the groom have to just stand there without disagreeing to anything that is said by the parents. That's usually the notion. I'm not very fond of it. I'm very against it. Arranged marriages are not as bad as such, because people who are in their marriageable age, if they don't have a partner yet, it is good that the system has a mechanism to find a partner for such people. But in societies like ours, that's not the case. What is actually the norm is the arranged marriages, and love marriages or dating is still not 100% accepted in the society. Even if it in families, in most families, in this 21st century, it has become somewhat okay to find a partner by the children themselves find a partner. But when it the parents will never say it out, like, oh, he did find a partner, or she, especially for females or daughters, this taboo is very much ingrained in the society. It's bad for a girl to date. For boys, it's still fine. But when aunties and uncles hear that a girl dated a boy and they went outside, they went for movies, they went for dates, that's not a good thing to hear of. The families usually disapproves of it. Even if it is love marriage, they try to make it look as arranged marriage. That's usually what is accepted in the society. I don't have a specs today. It's somewhere lying there, so I forgot to take it. So I can't see my face clearly. So this is the norm, since it's mostly arranged marriages, and even in love marriages, when the parents get involved, it becomes almost like an arranged marriage. The parents try to take out the power from the hands of the bride and the groom, and they pretty much like to assume themselves in power, and they want to get these children married. They are the ones who will come together and decide whether she should marry him or he should marry her, and the decision and the final everything is decided by the family, and the family thinks that they are in power. That is something that I can't agree upon. And I have a lot of disagreements relating to marriage functions, the custom, the traditions, everything. So, one of the major thing that I started questioning is that it's not about whether which marriage is good, which marriage is not. The debate between love marriage, arranged marriage, none of that mattered to me in the beginning. What mattered to me was money. I was thinking why people are spending so much of their incomes on one day. One day's marriage function is costing people lakhs of rupees. People who don't even have like 5 lakhs of income in an year will celebrate 10 lakhs in for one wedding. And we don't have to mention about the dowry system in Kerala and India, because it's very much prevalent even now, even if it is made a punishable offense by law. It's continuously being practiced. Even the torch bearers of the law, the advocates of the law themselves practice in giving dowry and related things like that. So, yeah, the question that always triggered me was why spend so much of money on one day? And people, it's fine if you're spending 10 lakhs rupees, if you have crores of income an year. But that's not the case. Even middle class poor people are doing these things, and it is a notion that it's definite that they should do it. Otherwise it's like a crime. You can't skip the wedding function, you can't decide not to invite 500 people for the wedding. Then it's like your marriage is not valid. Like you and you a girl, a man and woman decided to live together, but if you don't celebrate, if you don't invite these people and set up a big stage for all of them, then as if the marriage will become invalid. And most especially in arranged marriages, I don't understand this at all, because why, what are they celebrating? The bride and the groom hardly know each other for months, and they are going to start to live together, and there's nothing to celebrate. Aren't they just confused about how they are going to cope up with each other? What are the likes and dislikes of both of them? How to adjust with each other? They're going to figure out a lot of things in the coming years, and the beginning of that you are celebrating, and with a lot of money. And most of the times the partner, the bride and the groom, may not even have proper stable incomes. Maybe in the present context, people have almost understood the importance of having a job, especially for women. If they're getting married without a job, it is actually a precarious situation for them. So usually women in our era tries to get married only after finding a job. Yeah, in the earlier times, even when the bride and the groom did not even have proper jobs, they will spend lakhs on these functions, and after the wedding day they have no clue about what to do with their life. If they did something else with this money, from the it's not even their money, the parents are forcing them to celebrate, and it's usually coming from the bride's parents. The bride's parents gives the dowry, and this dowry is being used for these celebrations usually. So if it is used for some good purpose, for building a family, for renting a house, if they are looking for a job and going to some city to live, it would do a lot to start off that initial years. For 1 or 2 years, this money will be more than sufficient to get them stabilized and find a job and start a family. But this is not what we are doing. What we are doing is celebrating and spending it on one day. And people, after doing it, people, you will get a lot of comments. Some people will say, oh, it was grand, it was something that the village has never seen before. It was out of this world. You've done it so well. Especially this congratulations goes to the parents, because parents are the one who are getting the children married. So and a lot of other comments will also come. Even though it is not avoidable, some people say, oh, why have they spent so much of money? If they don't have if they have so much of money, why can't they just give it to the poor, or why can't they do some charity? And some people will say, even if the function was big, the food was disastrous. The chicken curry was very stale, and none of the food was eatable. You will get a lot of comments. So this is what happens in marriages here, and I despise the idea of getting married in a huge setup like this. I wish if I'm getting married, what I wanted was maybe some 50 people who are close to me and the groom, and we'll just have a small function. We'll have the ceremony, since we don't want to disappoint the parents in regarding the religious matters. So just have the ceremony and have a lunch or dinner, and then do our business and not spend a lot of money on it. Even the wedding dress in life, you will never buy a wedding dress worth these many thousands of rupees. This is the only dress you will buy spending a lot of money, and also you will wear it only once in your life. What an irony is that if you're spending a lot of money on something, it should be useful, it should be something that you can use it, you can use many times. It should be valuable. And these wedding gowns and all sit in your cupboards for years, taking up the spaces of the cupboards, and you can never use it. It's just sitting there, and after some years, I don't know, cockroaches will eat bits and parts of it, and it will be useless. You've spent 50,000 on the gown and it's useless. I would rather spend 50,000 on, I can have 3 years of clothes and 50,000 rupees. Good clothes, and that will run for years. So all of these sounds pretty irrational, illogical to me, but still people do it. It's not. I don't know why these practices are continuing. Even if when we talk individually to people, most of the people agree that yes, these are illogical and irrational, but still we follow it. As a society, we can't get rid of this. People say that marriages are good because yes, a lot of people get employment, a lot of businesses function on it, but I don't agree to that also. Yes, it's true, but for people who are rich, that is applicable. If Ambani spends these much crores on wedding, yes, a lot of people are employed, his money is trickling down. But that's not the case with a poor daily wager, or a poor government employee spends lakhs of rupees taking loan and taking interest. That's not adoptable, and that's not advisable, and you can't debate with the logic of money trickling down into the economy and good for the country to run. These excuses, these ideas, I don't agree to when it comes to middle class and poor people. A lot of things are remaining to be said in this topic, and I can go on and on about this, but I'm tired and I think I have to get a sleep. Bye.